Yikes. Okay, I need to confess something. I have always believed that I was pretty disciplined at how many projects I would have on the go. I'd have maybe one project, maybe two at a time, and that's all I would ever have. I don't have piles of WIPs. Not me. I only have one or two. That's not me. I don't have piles and piles of WIPs. When I would hear people talk about how many WIPs they would have, I would just think to myself, wow, that sounds so stressful. I could not handle that. Then I cleaned and organized, and we did a little reno out here in my crochet room back in January. And I discovered bags and baskets and boxes of WIPs. I have come to the realization that I am not who I thought I was. Apparently, I am a start it and see what happens kind of crocheter. Who knew? And honestly, I think this happens to a lot of us. I don't think I'm alone in this. We get a little bored, or we see some shiny new yarn and we get excited to start, or we find a new pattern and we get excited to start a new pattern with that shiny new yarn. So we put down what we're currently working on to pick up this other thing because we're excited to start it, and it gets put in baskets and totes with lids and containers, and they're forgotten about. So today I am starting a frog or finish series of videos, because this is going to take more than one video. And I see so many crocheters doing this, and I think it's a great idea. And I thought, let's show my perspective of this frog or finish, because if that inspired me to get all these out and start not being so ashamed, thinking I was so woohoo pious and I don't have a whole bunch of WIPs, only to be brought down a whole peg, a whole lot of pegs, that, yeah, you, Lynn, you do have WIPs. Well, who are you fooling? So if that inspires me to admit that I had all these WIPs, I hope it will inspire you all to get all those forgotten projects out and decide if we're going to frog or finish them. I'm going to go through every WIP over the next couple of days, and I'm going to decide what I'm going to finish, if I can even remember at this point what they were, or what I need to frog. That is, take it all apart and rewind the yarn. And let's count just how many WIPs I actually have, because I have no idea. None. And I'm a little scared, I'm going to admit, to find out. I love my big, large hand crank yarn winder that I picked up, I mentioned in my last video, for a great price. Now that David has fixed it and it's working right, I love it. And that's going to be good when I only want to do one or two skeins of yarn into cakes, because everything's going to, I've always loved cakes and I've always done that, but now that I am a side puller for my yarn with my little yarn holder, I will definitely be caking up more and more yarn. One or two, like I said, at a time won't be bad, but I am anticipating having to wind a lot. Like I said, it's been in my wish list a long time, and they can be pretty pricey. Well, one went on sale this past week, about a week ago, and I thought, oh, okay, and I just put it in my cart to think about. And then, because so many of you have used my links lately to purchase some of the things I have recommended from Amazon, I actually earned a gift card from Amazon this past week. So between the sale and my gift card, I end up getting the yarn winder for a ridiculous price. Cheaper than a hand crank one. Seriously. So we are going to be, I've already tested one. We did one, and I'm just going to tell you, I loved it. It was so much easier. we're going to be using that today, and I will share it with you here in just a minute, and I'll also link it down below, the one I'm using, if you're interested too. I'll get my husband, because David got me my yarn holder for Christmas. I'll ask him to send me the link he used, because I am loving that. It's heavy enough that it doesn't slide all around on your table when you're pulling from it. It's easy to load. I absolutely love it. I keep looking over there because it's over there beside me, because I am working on that baby sweater that I was telling you about in the last video. I love that. I will see if I can find out what one it is and link that down below, because if you are a center yarn puller right now and you are tired of dealing with yarn barf and having to take time out of your day to fix that yarn before you can even put hook to yarn and start crocheting, you're going to want to get this yarn holder and become a side yarn winder. A side yarn puller, rather, because it has literally changed my life. I kid you not, and I don't say that lightly. I am so mad that I fought it for so long. I guess because I didn't have the holder, and I would have to put it in a bowl or basket, and it would bounce all around when I was pulling from the side. This thing is amazing. I thought it was a gimmick. I thought, oh great, another crochet tool that I don't need. I love the thing. I love it. So, enough yapping. Let's start. I'm not starting with this one because I kind of know what that is. That's stuff from the advent calendar this year. We're going to start with this one. And in this, oh, well, these are done. They just need to be, is it done? Let me see. These are fingerless gloves I was working on. Yes. And for some reason, it's still attached to the ball of yarn here in my yarn bag. My friend Tasha makes these. I love these. If I can link her website, I will link it down below. She is amazing seamstress and sewer. And she's put pockets in here to hold hooks, measuring tape, scissors. There's a hole here so your yarn can come out. I will absolutely share that down below. And look at the sheep. Aren't the sheep cute? Aren't they cute? So if I can figure out how to, I should be able to fix. She's got a new website now working, so I will link that down below if any of you are interested. But yeah, all I have to do is clip the yarn and sew in the ends. Why aren't these done? They don't. I think I know why I stopped. This one seems so much bigger than the other one. Let me see. Oh, they feel the same. I've got this one done. I don't really need another. We're going to frog this. I'm going to frog it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through one basket at a time, and then we'll move over to the desk. So I'm not going back and forth, because yeah, I'm on the floor. And at some point, this is going to get difficult. So we are going to frog them. This is a project I started, but I'm making a table runner for my table. And this is the Loops and Thread. Did I keep the... Nope. I did not keep the label. Loops and Thread. I think it's 50-50, I think, or 60 cotton, 40 acrylic. I'm loving it, by the way. I absolutely love it. But I have run out, and that is a yarn that I need to pick up more of. But I am not frogging that. I do want to finish working on that. So I do have some baskets that are empty that I am going to scooch over here and grab. Okay, so the things we're going to finish are going to go in this basket. Okay, I have a couple here because there might be a lot that I want to finish. I don't know. This, I think, just literally fell out of my, this is Briggs & Little Tuffy. It's pure wool. It's 80% pure wool, and Briggs & Little is a wool factory, very popular here in Canada. Funny fact, a house that we were looking at on realtor.ca for sale down near our hometown. It's about an hour from our hometown. Minutes, it says you can see this factory just from your driveway. So that might not be a good thing to be that close to that. So I'm just going to put that back up here. I have no idea why this is down here. There's no project in here. Nope. Oh, yay. Our favorite. I say that as sarcastically as I can. The Fab yarn, which I have a video coming out of how we are going to, I am going to salvage this very expensive yarn that I absolutely hated crocheting with. And if you didn't see that video, I will link that somewhere, my review on this. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, I hate it to crochet with. But I've come up with some ways to salvage, because I do love the yarn. That print is so pretty, that vintage floral, but crocheting with it is never going to happen for me. But I have found ways to salvage it, so I need to add that with my other pile. And then we got some sparkly yarn. So the yarn that's just got to go back up, I'm just going to put that here. And then we've got labels and garbage and a pattern that doesn't belong in there. And more garbage. And I know this yarn's all used up, so I can throw away these labels because I know for a fact I used them all up. And we have a little spool that can go into the stash. Those buckets are huge. The stash buckets. I have so much yarn in my scraps rather bucket that I need to start doing what I want to, because I really don't want to move those like that. My thinking is I'm thinking about making a scrap granny square afghan, just for, you know, on those days when it's cold and you just want to cuddle up with something. That's what I'm thinking, but I have so many different yarns that I can't use all of them for that. So I haven't decided yet, but okay. Those I'm going to put in this basket behind you to go into my scrap bucket. I'm going to throw these in the recycling, and we've emptied one basket, and we're going to go over and rewind that yarn. We got to go in now. I had the tension way too tight, so hopefully, I just like to start off slow, just make sure everything's going. I say that like I've done this a million times. Where are we going? What is wrong with you? There we go. And then I can turn it up. Figures, I go to show you how to use this, and I have all these mistakes, but to be fair, the last thing, I'm going to turn that off for a sec. I got caught. It really is quicker. The first thing I did, my one ball I've done so far, it was on a skein, like you buy from, you know, normal, not a cake, just a skein, and it went so fast and easy. But this is the first time I'm doing one that's in cake form, which, like I said, I probably should have just left it, but it was kind of messy, and I was worried it wasn't going to hang off my holder right. But now I've got it coming out all over the place. Okay. It's been a day, and I just didn't have the patience. I cut out some of the parts that were really bad. I have cut it or tied it together. Hopefully it's not too tight to go through there. And I could edit all this out, but this is the whole point. I want you to see from a beginner's point of using this electric yarn winder, and it doesn't always go perfect. And I'm tired of pretending it always goes perfect, because that's no good for anybody. Okay, that seems a little bit better. Going faster. There, maybe we got this thing right now. I don't know about you, but I can wind pretty fast, but I can't wind this fast. And I certainly can't do as many as I plan on doing over the next several days. I might only do one more basket tonight because it is late. I'm getting this video off a lot later than I wanted, but we can at least get a start on it, right? And you just twist, and there we go. We got our first cake of the night done. Oh, that last little bit. You got to catch it before it stops. Been playing around with it. You have to stop. You have to catch it before it stops real fast, or it does wind around the bottom of the machine there. Luckily, it was just a little piece, so that wasn't too bad. But oh my goodness, that is okay. There's one. I'm just gonna set you right there. Okay, let's go see what's in the next basket. Okay, let's see what's in here. Oh. This is that chicken we have to finish. So, what did I do with my basket of things I'm going to finish? I think I put it over there. Yep. So that's that little chicken I did. Oh, I made that to show you how to use knitting needles to hold your amigurumi together. Oh, this is that bunny we made. He's done, actually. So, actually, I just need to try to decide if I want to tie like farmhouse twine around him or more of that fab yarn I used to make his little bow. And these were pumpkins that need their cinnamon sticks, but I don't like putting the cinnamon sticks in until closer to fall. So I'm still going to put those in that basket, but I'm going to put them in the tote later. I'm going to need help getting it down. That has all my finished things in it. This is a baby hat. I think I'm going to donate that. Ear warmer. Fingerless gloves. These things are all done. Neck warmer. Okay, that's going to go in the tote of things that are made. And then I have the scrunchies we made when I did all the, that's the jumbo scrunchie. That's someone with a lot of hair. When I was trying out the Dollar Tree yarns. So, again, they're done. I really need a different basket because those things aren't done. And those are my Easter eggs. And another pumpkin. And my Easter eggs. Okay, I gotta go find another basket. I've been looking for this. I couldn't find my farmhouse twine, but I found my blue farmhouse twine, which I'm glad I did. I think that looks cute. So because the Easter, I'll be decorating for Easter soon, I'm gonna put that in there, and then all my eggs that we made, I'm gonna put those in there to keep those separate from the things I have to put into a tote for months down the road. That's gonna go into my tote of finished things. This is my things that I'll probably be using soon. Right now it's mostly it's all Easter. This I was trying another bunny and I didn't double up the yarn. Did not like the way it looked. We are going to frog this. So that's gonna go into the frog bucket. I was trying to make baskets. I got these forms in a couple of different sizes to try to give me a hard bottom. I don't like the way it was coming out. Wasn't working. So I'm gonna frog this too. Tried it with the fab yarn, it was just too thick. That is garbage. So 2 more to add to the scrap bucket, which is right there. Okay, we're gonna go yarn, wind up that yarn, and I have 2 buckets here too that are WIPS that I forgot about. Okay, let's go wind up that other yarn and hopefully it goes better than the first time. Great reviews. Like I did a lot of research. It's got a German motor, or was this the one that had the Japanese motor? I can't remember. I looked at so many. Anyway, I felt good buying it. She was able to put her project onto her yarn winder and it would just frog it for her. That's what I was hoping was going to happen with this. Clearly it's not. So I'm going to take a few seconds to take all of this apart and then get it on the yarn winder, but I'm a little disappointed because I was really hoping that was going to save me time and energy from having to physically frog things myself. That just stinks. Really stinks. So yeah, this is going to take a minute. I'll get this frogged up and we will quit until tomorrow. Okay, that was hard to frog. The tweed yarn doesn't like frogging. But once I got past a couple of sticky stitches, it did it. So I'm going to call it a night. It's actually getting quite late here. But I did not want to start this week without starting this because I knew I would keep finding a way to put it off. So we'll see you back here tomorrow. Let's see how many we can get through tomorrow, huh? You're going to hear some banging because Lily is playing ball again against the door. Do you know it's like 7:30, almost 8 o'clock at night? And this is the first chance I've had to film. I had so many good intentions of getting through the rest of these baskets today. That's gone, and tomorrow is supposed to be, fingers crossed, crochet group. Every time we've been trying to go, we've been having storms. So, but I guess we're supposed to get one Wednesday. So we're going to go through this bucket tonight because I think there's more finish it projects in here than frog it. I could be wrong, but I think there are. So right off the bat, I know this is going to be a frog because I ran out of yarn. I have no more to make this, and I really liked this color. But this is going to go in my scrap pile and eventually become part of my scrap Afghan that I'll be working on. So we're going to be frogging that. Oh, I know what this was. Okay. So this was going to be a Christmas present for Grace. And she loves Nightmare Before Christmas. Loves it. And what I wanted to do, I made a bunch of circles in silver, or blue, and a bunch of circles in white. And I was going to put Jack and Sally's face, Sally on the blue, because that's what color she is, and Jack on the white, and put them on, like, obviously, Sally would go on, or Jack would go on the black, and Sally would go on the white. And I was going to use my Cricut. I dropped a square. I was going to use my Cricut to do it. And I tried several different ways. I think the one I used, I must have got rid of it. It melted the yarn. No matter what I did, I could not get it to iron on properly. So then I thought, well, I'll just stitch their faces. And it was getting really close to Christmas. And I'm like, I'm not going to get this done. So I ended up making her something else that Christmas. But I still have a lot of squares here. I was trying to make her, I think, big enough for her bed. What was I thinking? I could get this done in time. So I have a lot of granny squares done for this. Oh, I don't know if I'll necessarily... I do have Nightmare Before Christmas buttons that I could sew on to the different squares. Those would be cute. And then, because it's going to take forever, I'll never get this done trying to do all these little circles because I need to do a bunch of Jacks and then a bunch of Sallys and then embroider the faces. And my embroidery skills still need work. That's why I bought those embroidery kits so I could practice my embroidery stitches. But I have a lot of these. I didn't realize how much. I think I have enough done to make the blanket. So this is definitely going to be a finish. And I will surprise this for her. Her birthday's in October. Surely I can get it done by then. I think I must have got all the squares done because these are piling up. It's piling up nice there. I might not have as many white though. Problem is making sure I get the right... I don't suppose the yarn I use for these is in here. Oh, there's another circle that was going to be Sally's face. Ooh, trying to match up this white's not going to be fun. It's very soft white. Gosh, I wish I could remember. Oh, see, this is why I am making that printable crochet journal. It's almost done. I'll be sharing the links for that soon. Of your works in progress and stuff, so you can write down the name of your yarn, the hook you're using, you know, or you can use my little hack with the pin with the number bead on it, lets you know what size hook you used, but that doesn't help me with what kind of yarn I used. Because I did definitely got all the black done. So here's the white pile compared to the black pile. So definitely got to make some more white, but that's going to go in the bucket. Where are we? To finish. They're acrylic yarn, so they're not like you can use them for face scrubbies, so we're going to frog them. Again, boy, I was really on a fingerless glove. These I think are kids. Oh wait, no, yeah. These are kids' gloves. I think these are done. Again, why are they not? Oh, because this was variegated and I didn't realize it until I started using it. How the colors, can you see that? They're totally different. This is like a pink raspberry and this is like a darker pink, almost a fuchsia. Okay, we're gonna frog them too. I have no idea what I was doing here. Oh, this is a bunny ear. I don't think he's in this bucket. I'm gonna put him in my finish, pretty sure. And then, what was I doing here? I was making more granny squares. I don't even know. I've got one full skein of this. Oh, and I was testing. Wow. And they're all different sizes. Why are they all different sizes? Mine must have been just practicing. So, those are the same sizes. Those are the same sizes. This is Red Heart. I have a skein of, oh, I went really big on that one. I think that's it. I'm going to put them in my finish because I really think this is going to be a beautiful whatever. Maybe I'll make it into a granny square cardigan. It's on my to-do list of things to try. I really want to make a lot of wearables this year because I love them. I love them, and if I'm not doing a lot of markets but I want to use a lot of yarn, I can make a lot of wearables to wear for the fall and winter this coming year. And yeah, so we're going to put them in the finish pile. Again, they don't match. Do you see? They don't match because they were variegated. So I might just, I don't know, would donating them be a bad thing? Because they don't match because of the variegation? I don't know what I was thinking. They don't even look like they're the same. They don't even look like they're from the same yarn, but they were. They are from the same yarn, and I obviously was doing these late at night. What was I thinking? I did a great job of sewing these ends in. I can't tell. I think I'm going to donate these. You know, especially if they're anything like my daughter, and sometimes she just likes to wear one. One glove. It'd be great for mismatch opposite day at school. I'm going to think on them. Let me think on them for a sec. Oh, and then we have a ball of yarn. Oh, ha ha ha. It goes with these, so we're definitely going to frog them. And then I have these Highland Cow coasters that I was making for market and did not get around to putting them together because I hate sewing things together. Hate it, hate it, hate it. So, let me see. I think I got all the pieces. Oh, these were little black leather pants I was making for a doll of a band that Grace loves, the lead singer, a few years ago. Like she was obsessed with them. She no longer is. And autism for you, they have fixations. Some fixations have stayed around forever and others have gone, but they're cute. I'm going to donate these because they'll fit a Barbie. And I don't have anyone in my life that does Barbies anymore. This also is an oven mitt. And I have a whole set. So I have a chef's set that I made for the American Girl dolls. So I have a set of the oven mitts, a chef hat, and an apron. I just have to find it. So that's in the finished basket. I'm just going to toss it over there. And then we have scrubbies. And then I have these. These look like chicken wings. Did I make a chicken? Aha! I never sewed the wings on it. The chicken's over there. I guess I liked it without them. I'm going to finish that. I'm going to put that in here and put them on them. Okay. Highland Cow. Yeah, I was making a bunch of coasters to take to the homesteading conference craft show that I did last fall, and I did not get the Highland Cow ones put together in time. I made chickens, I made pigs, I made sheep. I'm kind of feeling, because this took such little time, maybe I will go through another bucket. But first, I'm going to frog these. around with the yarn winder the last little bit off camera, so I'm still making mistakes, but what I'm finding is definitely this part here that has your tension, the looser that is, the better this works. So I don't even know why they have it. So, I mean, I guess maybe there'll be times where I want it a tighter tension. I don't know. But if you have it right, as you saw there, it will actually frog my projects for me, which is what I've been wanting. So I didn't have to do so much of it. A little bit easier on my wrist and hands. Okay. We're going to try this and see if it will frog this fingerless glove without me having to do a whole lot. You also need to make sure that you have no tail hanging down whatsoever, or it will wrap around the bottom. That was the other thing I discovered. Okay. That's fine. Having that frog by itself. Okay, well, let me go get another basket and I see if I can get one more thing done this evening. I really, really want to be done by Wednesday of this week and have this video all done for you and have these WIPs taken care of, because it helps too, because it gives me more space, because a lot of these baskets are being emptied and I don't need them hanging around, so I can pack them away. I've decided to do this little box. There was just a couple things in a teeny basket. I just dumped them inside the box. So now I have that basket empty. That's my Bernat Maker Splash label. I do want to keep that. These things. These are the things I was going to work on, remember, before Christmas when I did my video projects from Christmas past, and they've all been blocked, so they're laying flat now. I think part of the problem is I'm over the red truck thing, or the green truck, but they're like so close to being done. I just have to put wheels on them, and the trees, and I think I'm going to donate these, because we have a section at the library where you can drop off unfinished crochet projects for people to finish, and I think that's where these are going to go. And then someone else can finish them if they would like. Oh, these are scraps from my hexagon cardigan, but I don't need to save those because I had plenty in the ornament, so I'm just going to toss those in the garbage. Okay, these are baskets I made. That's the basket I made with the leftover Bernat Maker Splash yarn. Did I make this in January? No, this was made in February. So that has got to go in with my jar. Almost at the end of the month. Get to fill another ornament already. So, oh, I know what I'm saving these for. These are going to be for a hat coming up. I'm going to set them right here on my desk so I don't forget. I have another hack video coming out for you all. Okay, this is, oh, it's a little bonnet that I made with baby cotton. That is so cute with a little button. Well, that's done, so that's going in the done bucket. This basket, it is Cup Cozies, Cup Cozy, Cup Cozy. That one, that just needs to have its ends sewn in. This is actually a cozy. You can put the whole cup in or can. That could be a skeleton. Doesn't have to be Jack. It is a skeleton. It's a skeleton. It needs to be. Why didn't these get sewed in? Like seriously, Lynn, you're so close. Okay. Those are going in the finished bucket that need to go into the tote. I made this. I made this one. I made this one. I made a cute pumpkin one. And I don't know what else we have. Snowman. Another snowman. Okay. These are, I had a custom order a couple years ago. The woman ordered booties, a whole pumpkin outfit. She wanted like the diaper cover, the hat, and the booties. So I made it and she ghosted me. And I think I sold the hat separately. And I don't even know whatever happened to the pumpkin diaper. Maybe I gave that to someone. But I still have these little booties. So they're finished. They're gonna go in the bucket. And then I have the world's smallest hat. That must be for a doll. Okay, that's going in the giveaway. And I have no idea what I was doing with this. Maybe an apple. I might have been making apples like I was my pumpkins. So we'll put it in the finish pile. You know what? Yeah, that box is gone, and that can actually go in the recycling. I am going to frog this. I'm just going to be honest, this isn't going to get made. I haven't done bulky yarn yet on this yarn winder, so let's try that. And I'm going to sew these ends. And I usually sew like a little, like a character, a Christmas button, a theme button, and I have a ton, but I'm not going to worry about putting the buttons on. That is something I should, but when I go through all my buttons, I will haul out the things that need buttons. I can only do one thing at a time. My brain is already overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that I have going on this week. I can't remember what this yarn was, but I know what. I hate it. I've just spent 20 minutes frogging this, and I end up cutting it, and it's an absolute nightmare to frog. It sticks together, it splits, it doesn't want to come, it gets all like, jam, you know, separates and becomes a big thick piece. Yeah, I just want to see how the wider, the bulkier yarns will wind on this winder. That's why I kept at it, but I'm not worrying about keeping it because this was a giant pain in the butt. Oh my goodness, I can't remember what it is. It's definitely a 5 or 6 bulky weight. And I looked around, I don't have any more of it, and I think this is what was left over from a headband I made for someone that wanted one for Valentine's Day, and that's why I had this red, and they wanted a specific color red. But let's just see how it winds. It won't frog it for me. Oh no, I got caught underneath there at the end. Okay. So, seems to wind the bulky pretty good too. Add this to the bucket of things we have made, garbage, and I'm done for the night. Fingers crossed I can get through a lot tomorrow. I am going to be gone most of the day for group, and I'm going to go because we haven't been for a while, and my mental health needs it. And they'll give me all day, oh, I can't say all day Wednesday because I do go live Wednesday, but that will just be for a little bit in the morning. And then we'll see, you know, maybe just doing little bits every evening is how I'm going to have to get through this week. But I'm determined to get through it. Now, will I get through those ones I forgot about that are up against this wall that are very full and very large totes? Nope. That's probably going to be another frog it or finish it video. But I don't think I'm going to go too far between because, as we said, as you know, we're putting our house up for sale. And some of this stuff I want done before we move. We'll see you tomorrow, friends. Let's see how many we can get through today. It is the morning, and I think yesterday I was feeling a little defeated about so many things. Mental health is no joke. It really isn't. And I've talked about my struggles, and I know part of this is the season we're in with the winter and everything, but I often have to tell myself, because I'm always saying, why am I feeling this way? That's mental illness. There doesn't have to be a reason. So the only reason I'm sharing this is if you're all feeling the blues, and even if it is the winter blues or it's not the winter blues, it's okay. There doesn't have to be a reason. That's the problem with mental illness. even after all these years, I still stop to find myself asking why. Why am I feeling this way? Well, it's because your mental illness is rearing its ugly head today. That's why. So I apologize if last night when I filmed, it was a busy day yesterday too. It was a lot. And trying to get this house ready to sell is so stressful, and trying to find a place is even more so, I think. I mean, worst case scenario, we have to take the house off the market and stay here a little longer, which would be the worst case scenario. But anyway, I don't even know where I was going with this, because there goes my memory. I woke up with a killer headache this morning too. But I took something for the first time in forever, and it's finally going away. But we're going to get through as many as we possibly can. I think I can wrap this up today. I have these two that are on the desk here, and I thought I had one more. Are these all I have left? No. These can't be. Maybe they are. I think I'm going to just double check around. Nope, sorry. I've got a couple here, but I think I can get through them all. I do have my crochet group today. My friend Tasha's picking me up in a couple hours, so this should give me time to go through all this. So, enough yakking, Lynn, and let's look through. I've got some patterns here that got to go. That's one of the, truthfully, I don't even think I'll keep, I'll keep it. But y'all know how I felt about that advent calendar, and if you didn't, I'll leave the playlist here. We've got one slipper. And I put these I finished, because I did put the dots on them. That was one of the things I did finish last Christmas. So I'm kind of regretting doing black. I wish I had done white, but I think black was all I had at the time, because I find it really makes them stand out. I'm going to see if Grace wants these, but I don't think they'll fit her. Oh, they might fit her. But where's the other one? I got one. Okay, I'll just set that aside for now. And this is a basket that is finished, but I have something I'm going to be doing with that in a video coming up, so I'm going to put that with the other two. Where'd the other two go? They fell. I got them. So we're going to put those aside for now. I'm just going to set them right here. I will be filming that video soon. And then I got some more cute little baby bonnets that I made. Oh my goodness, those are so cute. They're finished though. I think they're even, all the things are even sewn in. So yay, Lynn. That's going in the finished bucket. This is a gift bag that I made. Those are done. I don't know where. I'm going to put that in the finished bucket too. Okay, that goes with my steamer. These are the bags that the Hobby Hoobie advent calendar came in. I do want to keep these. If not, I mean, if anything, they make great, I think, gift bags at Christmas. I've been looking for this. Oh, I've been looking everywhere for my safety eye tool. My goodness. Oh, I am so happy to find that. And then we've got some yarn. Sorry, my phone's going off. I have the ringer off, but the thing just went on. And then, look at all this yarn I had left from Pika Pow. It's the only one that I had any left, and that was something I was trying to finish, and I ran out for one of them because that was the theme of those advent calendars, running out, and I did not care for this cotton yarn at all. I'm not even keeping that. Like, I hated it that much. This I will probably donate because I didn't like it, and I know it was very frustrating to work with. Yeah, I think I'm going to donate it. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could use it for. And we got some cord. Oh, another one of our ornaments I got. And a pen and some scraps. And then that basket's empty. So let me put my pen away. And, okay, let me go put my tools and everything away. And then we'll get to the next basket. Are put away in a place place where I can find them. I kicked up that ball, so that's ready to go. Found another pair of slippers. These are humongous. I don't know who, I guess because it was a bulky yarn, I don't know who I was making these for, but those are done, other than they need grippers on the bottom. I thought I found this other one, or is this the one I had? I'm gonna put shelf liner. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like rubber with texture. I think I'm gonna cut them out like soles and somehow attach them. Maybe I could sew them on. I might be able to sew them on, but I'll figure it out. But for now, I'm going to consider them done. And I thought I had this one. I'm going to just leave that here for now. Okay, I am making granny squares. What is this? Oh, I was trying something different there. Oh, and I got more hearts. These are for the granny heart blanket that I want to make. Oh, these are the ones I tested and didn't like. You know what? I'm going to cake them up because they go on that. And I did not like the way it looked. And there's another one. I actually have a pile of these somewhere. Lots of labels, lots of labels. I'm going to keep these because maybe I'll turn these into like a scrap granny square thing. And those squares I found last night, I'm thinking about turning them into a bag. I've always wanted to do the granny square bag too. And I have actual like leather inserts you can put in the bottom of a bag, so I can really make it like a really structural purse, which I would love to make. So I think that's what I'm going to save that for. So this isn't attached, so I have to hold this because I got out my hand winder to wind some bulkier yarn. I'll be talking about that in an upcoming video too. There. Sorry, my settings were weird on my camera. I just find the bulkier yarn. I tried it on this, and I did not like how it was winding it, so I just hand wound it. So I still can't give my opinion on the electric yarn winder. I think in theory it's you know, a great idea. But man, it has to be on just right. Like you cannot have any little bit of yarn at all dangling because it will go underneath. It will go underneath this thing here, right here, and get caught. And that's just a mess. So you really got to be careful. This is the last thing I'm going to go through, and then I need to go get lunch. Tasha will be here soon. So this is the pattern I am using for those, the word's going to come to me, granny squares. That's what that is. That's the pattern for those granny squares. So I'm going to keep them with the granny squares. And I like doing them. I mean, it is a blanket I would like to have done by next winter for my bed, especially in the new house. But it's a great project for when we're traveling somewhere. I just take my bag with me that has the yarn in it and just, you know, crochet out, bang out, I think is the word I was looking for, bang out a few of them while we're traveling, because I find it's one of the easier things to travel with. Okay, these are the rest of those squares. Told you I had a lot. So we are just going to, even if they don't all go with the blanket I'm making, I'm going to put them all together just so I know where they all are. I've got quite a few made. I made quite a few when we traveled down to New Brunswick a couple of weeks ago. And this is the Pica-Pow stuff. Okay, that is not Pica-Pow. That is Hooby's actual line, and I did like that. I thought it was nice that glitterly yarn, so we're going to keep that. This is, was this from her too? Yep. And this is, it's just so frustrating because this is all, I did not have enough. Oh, that's mine that I added, trying to stretch out that yarn. I didn't even use this one, so that's a full one of that. I guess I'm going to be donating. Like, one of the baskets I have to go through is all the animals. From the ones I finished, I managed to finish the robin, and for the most part, I managed to finish the deer. I'll have to look. There was something I didn't get. I didn't have enough left to finish the antlers, maybe? I can't remember now. I'm going to go through this Pica-Pow yarn, and I'm donating it. I am. I'm not going to keep it. What if somebody else maybe will like it more than me? Because I know I know other people probably did like it. But, okay. The rest of that is just like scraps, little pieces. How does yarn get so messed up just sitting in a basket? Or maybe the brownies have come over from Ireland. My battery died right this morning, and I was like, that's perfect timing because I had to go make lunch so I could get out of here. And I was gone for a couple hours, and then I got kicked out of the room again so the boys could use the treadmill. And then supper and everything, and best laid plans. But I am going to get this. This is the last basket. Sorry, I thought I saw something on there that I thought I'd get to, but because it's only Tuesday, and after I go live tomorrow morning, I think we're going to go ahead and tackle one of those totes over there. So that will only leave one tote left of WIPs to go through. So that makes me feel a lot better. A lot better about how many we have. Now, I put this off because I honestly don't know what I'm doing with the majority of... Sorry, I have the hiccups. Just a second. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing 100% with these because these are the amigurumi I made with the hobby, however you want to say it. Sorry. This is not fair to be, I don't even know if I should be sharing this part, but the group was not great today. It's only my second time going. It's my last. I won't go into it too much, but I didn't feel very welcomed there today at all. And I'm going to have to let my friend know that I won't be going back anymore. And her and I even talked. I didn't tell her anything or whatever, but we had just mentioned how, you know, we don't always have to wait for this group. We can just get together, which I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm trying to shake it off. And I also want to film. Usually filming makes me feel better, but boy, I didn't realize how much I was still feeling from that. So anyway, I'm bringing it up because there was a comment made about how I said hoobie. And I'm like, well, that's how the guy that's from there says it. And someone made a comment, well, we're not from there, are we? Oh my goodness, friends, I was not going to share that, and I might end up just cutting this out, or I might leave it in. We'll see what's going to happen. Okay, so the advent calendar things. I really only have 2 here that I was able to finish. And obviously, I finished them different ways. I put a little skirt on this one to hide the mistakes. These, I think I'll go put on my shelf. I did finish them, except for her horns were the only thing that didn't get finished. But I ran out of this and had to adapt to this thing. And honestly, this just gives me bad feelings because of the weasel we had a problem with. I mean, I don't even want to donate it. It's not that good. Should I just cut it open and take out the stuffing and throw it away? What should I do? What should I do with it? It's missing its little boot. I made it. Oh, look what I found. The other slipper. Okay. On my shelf here. Okay, those are on the shelf. This one was coming out not too bad, and I ran out of yarn. I can't remember what this was going to be. Because that was already, what was this? I can't even remember what this was supposed to be. This is disaster. This is so scary looking. Did not like the way this turned out at all. We're going to frog that. That is just terrifying. Oh, yeah, I made a hat for this too. I don't know. Should I keep it? Mostly what's in here, I have no idea what this is. Probably something I ran out of yarn for and didn't have enough left. We will frog that. I was going to make another horse, but make it look speckled. We will frog that. And then the rest is all white yarn. Oh, there it is. Oh, you know what? I don't want to give it away because I'm embarrassed by it. I'll keep it. Maybe it'll be like the pig and it'll make me laugh at some point. This one, because I don't have the yarn. Okay, I'm going to go put this on the shelf too because it's bugging me. It doesn't want to stay anywhere. This one. Am I ever going to finish it? No. Because I'll never buy the yarn because I hate that Pick-a-Pow yarn. But maybe I'll have yarn that I can finish it with. I don't know. I don't know what to do. For now, I'll put it in the keep basket. There's actually not a lot of things in there, but we haven't gone through the big WIP bucket. We'll go through that tomorrow. And I think, and I have some stuffing. I'm going to frog up or cake up that white yarn so I can get it put away. And we're going to frog these. And once I get all the white yarn out of there, that will be a whole basket gone. So, yay me. I guess, I mean, like I said, we haven't gone through the big bucket yet. But so far, it's a little less than I thought. I guess because there were so many baskets full of things, I thought, oh, this is going to be a lot of WIPs. But so far, I'm doing pretty good. But like I said, we haven't gone through the 2 big bucket containers yet. This was just the wrong yarn for both of these things. Yeah. Big mistake. I think with this one, it wouldn't be so bad, but the face is all wrong. The eyes, I think, are in a wrong spot, so I will salvage the eyes too, and the stuffing. And we'll frog that. And I'll probably cake up the white yarn tomorrow. I'm not in a hurry for that. Because the yarn for the baby blanket came, if you saw last week's episode. It came very fast. Very, very fast. Ordered it Thursday night, showed up Tuesday morning. So I was happy with that. And I did order, I forgot to mention in that video, I actually ordered 3 different colors to make sure I got the right one. And not one of them is the right one. I'm going to make it smaller. I might just go, because it is a little bit bigger than I wanted, so I might just make it smaller to begin with. And I'm going to frog it. So because I bought that yarn, you have to buy so much to get free shipping. Well, the shipping was like $33. And for $34, I could get free shipping plus more yarn. And like even David said, that is stupid. For, you know, you might as well get more yarn instead of paying, you know, the post office, the Canada Post, whoever. Instead of giving them the 33, you might as well get some yarn out of it. So I will have a yarn haul to share with you soon. And it set me on a bad path of, you guessed it, buying yarn. Because Premier also sent me a thing about the hipster cotton yarn, which I have not tried. I've wanted to try it. Well, they came out with the most amazing colors of their hipster cotton last week. And yes, I had to buy it. Had to buy it. And then my friend Linda was telling me about this amazing yarn she's seen that looked like vintage yarn, and it reminded her of that Bernat Fab yarn I liked without being Bernat Fab. very vintagey, and she thought of me because of the Bernat Fab. And so when we went and did errands yesterday, we went to Michael's, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It is, I'm calling it like a skinny blanket yarn. And friends, when I tell you this is gorgeous, I started working it up at the group today for something to do because I didn't have the baby blanket because I couldn't frog it before we left. So I knew that was something I'd have to work on when I came home. I love it. Well, they didn't have enough at my Michael's to make the blanket I want. So I had to go online. And you guessed it, you have to buy so much to get free shipping, which I was just going to pay the shipping. But then I did need the other yarn to finish my table runner, and I could only get it online. The store did not have any. So I went 2 months without buying yarn with my yarn diet. But the good news is the yarn I did purchase, it was with intention. I know exactly what I'm making with pretty much all of it. I also got that neon blue yarn from the new line, so I can make something for Grace, our daughter, with it because she loved it. And I thought, well, now I might as well buy that too. So the yarn coming, I absolutely have intention for it. And I want to use up as much as my stash, and that's still the plan. But what I'm finding is a lot of my stash is just 1 or 2 balls of the yarn. And most of the projects I want to make, that's not enough. And a lot of these yarns I can't get anymore, or the dye lots are going to be different or whatever. So that's why I say I want to be intentional, because at least I know what I'm going to make going in, I'll know how much I need to buy of that yarn to make that project. So yeah, like I would say I have a few yarns, a few styles where I have enough to make like either a blanket or a sweater or a cardigan, wearables like that. But for the most part, you know, I can make hats and I can make ear warmers and things like that, but no big projects. So that's what I'm finding with the majority of my stash is I really don't have a lot of the same yarn, if that makes any sense. So I'm definitely going to be more intentional with what I'm buying. And I think the first step to admitting you have a problem is admitting you have a problem. And hi, my name is Lynn. I love buying yarn. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't have a whole lot of other vices. We don't eat out. Dinner, hardly ever. That is definitely a treat. And yeah, I buy yarn. There's a lot of worse things I could be buying, I guess. But my husband is an enabler. The horse was a mess. I end up not frogging it. I end up having to cut out the eyes and the nostrils so I can at least salvage them. And yeah, so I'm going to put those in my container. But I did cake up that yarn. And we will go through one of the, we'll see if we can get through both. I'm not going to say we are, but we'll definitely go through one tomorrow. And we see how we do. And if things go right, I don't even want to plan, because whenever I plan, disaster seems to befall me. Boy, that was dramatic. But things never seem to work out if I plan anything. So we'll see how things take us. Maybe I won't have to do a part 2 and I can get through all my WIPs, because that was the original intention. Knowing I didn't have as many, that basket is full. This basket is full of white yarn. It had just a couple of those stuffies, and that was it. So, oh my gosh, yeah, that is it. I think. Good knows, there could be some more WIPs lurking around here. I don't know. But we'll see you tomorrow morning after my live, and we'll go through some more WIPs and see how far we get. I am liking this because, one, it's helping me cake up my yarn, and it's not insurmountable so far. So far. But we haven't gone through the mother load yet. Okay, another day. Feeling a lot better today. I talked to my group of friends about the things that happened yesterday, and oh, I'm just grateful for them. I'm going to try and get through this one tote, and then we have the very big WIP bucket. I decided, yes, I wanted this to be every WIP I own in one video. And that bucket, it's a big tote. But we will get to it after the live. I think I have just enough time. We can go through this, see what's in this one, because it's not too big. And truthfully, I think this is mostly just things that are made. So I know this is going to be a quick one, a little bit easier. And we got stickers falling off because this used to be a bucket for something different. But yeah, I go live in like a half hour. So let's see what's in here. It is, okay, so we have some washcloths, a dishcloth, chicken coasters, and they're completely done. I don't know what I was doing here. I probably just had a little bit of that red sparkly yarn left and thought, let's make a hat. I will donate that into the hat bucket. This is so cute. This is, I think I was making this for a preemie, but I mean, that's even insane. But I think I'm going to keep it and use it as a decoration. So that will go in the main bucket. This was a different style ear warmer I was trying. I think I'm going to keep that for myself because I only got the one, so there's no sense putting in the bucket for markets because I don't have more of them. That was going to be my own tea cozy, so I'm keeping that. I remember making that, completely forgot about it. Oh yes, my little, okay, they're going to go, technically this is done, but I was making a bunch of them to make a garland, so I think, I ended up doing eggs last year instead, but if I have time this year, I'd like to make some more of them. In the to finish bucket. Here is the other oven mitt, the little chef's hat, and the little apron for, they do fit American Girl dolls, but I think it could probably fit any style of doll. So that's going to go into the bucket of things for markets. And look at that. We got that done. And I am going to put, this stuff is all going in the bucket for markets. That bucket is getting, I should say basket, that's getting pretty full. I'm going to put this in my Christmas bucket that I have here when I get a chance. And that's going in the donation. And I'm going to put this with my purse to go with my, or I think I put it with my to-go teas. I don't buy tea anymore. I make it and take it with me. I have enough of those to-go tea mugs. I might as well use them. And we have a winter left, so I can go put that with our winter gear. It's snowing right now again. It started snowing last night, and we've already got it. Maybe, I'd say we probably have a good couple inches on the ground. It's never-ending winter. And we got rid of that. And then after the live, we can go through the big bucket and wrap up this frog or finish video. The amount of yarn that I have frogged, it's fun. It's almost like, you know, getting new yarn because I have so many more balls of yarn. The problem is I have no place to put all these balls of yarn. Before we go to the last tote, and thank you all for dropping by the live today. It was so much fun, and I actually had a request to do a question and answer video on my live, and I've actually wanted to do one. I put the call out once before, but I got one question. So if you have any questions you'd like me to answer next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern for the live, you can put them down here in the comments. I'll also be making a community post asking for questions. It can be crochet related, it can be other things related. Pretty much an open book. If there's something I don't feel comfortable answering, I'll just tell you. The only thing I'm typically not comfortable answering is I only share certain things about my family, especially my kids, so there's certain things I'll share and certain things I won't. And I'll tell you that. But yeah, it would be fun answering questions. Like I said, they can be crochet related or anything. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. Mornings are going to work for me. So we have, oh my goodness, I don't even know if I can get this up here. This is the last tote that we have to go through. And it even has on it, WIPS. I labeled it with my small label maker. I need to make a bigger label with my new bigger label printer machine that I have. But, oh my gosh, how does this open? Oh, right here, Lynn. There's little tabs. Here we go. Let's see what's in here. Oh, update about the electric yarn winder. It's gone. It's back in its box to be returned. I don't recommend that one. I have ordered another one. I did some more research. This one had a 9.6 out of 10 rating that I just ordered from a Consumer Reports website I follow for these specific kinds of things. So yeah, I won't link that one down below because it was terrible. It just wasn't working right. I don't think the motor was strong enough. I think when it comes to some things you definitely have to spend the money, and I think something on like that, you have to spend a little bit more. The one I ordered is 80, regular 119, so I'm hoping that makes it better because that was just causing me more frustration. And I have all that white yarn, so I'm gonna see if I can bribe my husband and son with some cookies today to help them get me winding it up with the hand winder. But okay, so we have a pumpkin that I stuffed, and all I got to do is sew it closed and then add the strings, and then I thought I'd try something different with the different colors, so that's going in. I am now outgrown my bucket of things I need to finish, so we're going to convert this to that. But until then, again, okay, these are, what is this? Do I have two of these? These are slippers that I made out of velvet yarn. And another pair. I have another pair of slippers. More pumpkins that need to be made into pumpkins. This was a bunny I was making last year, and something about it was bothering me. I still don't know. Maybe just because I haven't finished the face, but I know I have the pieces for this somewhere. I think, didn't I already take an arm out early in the week? That was this. I think that might have gone to that bunny. You know, it's actually kind of cute. I think I was too hard on myself, so we're going to finish that. Oh no, the red truck pillows. Oh, as you can see, I didn't get them done in time for Christmas. Friends, what do I do with these? Do I finish them? They were all blocked at one point. I had them all blocked. They're still pretty flat. But I've got all these pieces. I've got the green ones. I've got the red ones. I don't know what to do with them. I really don't. All the steering wheels. This one's done. It just needs to be sewn and stuff and the tree added. Okay, well, I'll put that one in the finish, and I will grab a couple of trees pieces here. I think that's all that one needs. Really, that one is almost done, so that's pretty cool. Oh, we found bunny arms. There's the bunny arms. I'll put you here. I don't know what to do about those trucks. They might go in a I'll think about it later bucket. Another pumpkin needs to be done. These were gingerbread man hats that I was making. That's as far as I got on that one. And I wasn't feeling them. This isn't done. It still needs like the white accents. I don't think I like the crocheted eyes and stuff. I think I'd rather use buttons maybe, like black buttons. So, oh, there's a lot of them. Some just are plain brown hats. I could turn those into bear cubs with just a couple little ears. So then I was making this donkey lovey. Is that your head? I think that's your head. And this was different yarn. What was this? Bamboo cotton or something? Because that's what the pattern called for. I think the pattern is from Booby. There's an arm. There's his head. Thank goodness I left the yarn in there with it so I know what I was using. And then this is the body of the lovey. I don't know why I stopped making. I was starting to not like it, I think. So I stopped, but I don't think, I'm so hard on myself. I don't think it's that bad. It was with the rabbit. But I saw another piece that went with the rabbit. Okay, oh, yep, and then that goes with the rabbit. Okay, all it is just putting these together, sewing them, and I want to get that ready in time for Easter, so that's going to be a finish. A tiny pumpkin? That is tiny. It did have some stuffing in it. And I was making this color pumpkin, which I don't even like anymore, so we're going to repurpose the stuffing, and we will frog that in that. I don't know what I was thinking. This goes with that lovey too. It's like a little pink scarf that goes around it, I think. I'm pretty sure. I think it went with that. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to look up the pattern. These are those curly cues. I think I was making wreaths for Christmas with them. This is the last of this yarn I have. There's no, I know I don't, oh, I might have some, you know what? This will go in the, I'll frog them and put them in with the scraps. So we're gonna frog that. Unicorn. I'm still gonna try that, so we're gonna finish that. Oh, oh yes! This is a Wednesday Addams inspired snood that Enid makes her on season 1. Grace and I love Wednesday. I still have that scarf thing on. We love Wednesday. Absolutely love Wednesday. I made her one in black and I loved this yarn. I got it clearanced and I ran out. Well, then I found on, I think it was Amazon, I found 2 more skeins of it, oh, months ago. And it's sitting up there and it's been haunting me and I've been waiting for this. So yay, I can finish that. It only needs a few more rolls, but I bought 2, rows, but I bought 2 just in case. This is do you remember this really thick yarn that came out a few years ago? The extra double thick cotton yarn? I almost have this bag done. Please tell me I have the rest of the yarn in here. Yes! You can't even get this anymore. This is like super bulky cotton by Handicrafter, Bernat. So that needs to be finished. It doesn't even have that much to do, Lynn. I think I had to take a break because of my hands, and I have some white too, if I needed to stretch it out with that. Okay, and then we have a chicken. Words are hard. Coaster, Lynn, that did not get finished. So just needs this end sewn in. And then we have this bear that I was trying in this Bernat velvet because I hated this yarn, but I had so much of it. I don't even know why I have so much of it. And I needed to use it up. And I found this really cute pattern by Repeat Crafter Me, I think. And she did it in velvet and it was so cute. And I just wasn't feeling him, but maybe I will now. He's almost done. I don't want to frog him. Okay, we're going to put that in a finish. I'm running out of room in that basket till I can get these things emptied. And then what do we have here? I have no idea. This was going to be a bag, a purse, cross purse. Where's the rest of it? Oh no, do I have a bucket of WIPS missing? Please don't tell me I have WIPS missing. None of those are. I have all the yarn still for this. I'm wondering if it's in my scrap bucket with all the yarn. I call them scraps, but there's a lot of yarn in there that's bigger than scrap balls. It's like not quite a whole skein, but still a lot of yarn. So I just threw them all in there, and that might be where this is. Because, I mean, I got the handle done, and I doubled it up. Man, that is thick. What was I thinking? That's a wide handle. But I do have, I know I have that done. Okay, I'm going to have to look for it. Oh, look at this. A Christmas stocking. I was trying to mix the thick with the velvet. It's pretty much done other than the top, but I don't think I have any more. Oh, yes, I do. I have velvet yarn, white yarn. Okay, we'll finish that. Goodness, Lynn. That goes with more of the trucks. This pumpkin is pretty much done. It just needs the sides and then a stick. I love that. I wonder what kind of yarn that was. That's beautiful. Okay, we'll finish that. And I've got one slipper left done from the, this is yarn that is merino wool from Arcane Fiberworks. I love them. Love, love, love them. They do beautiful, beautiful yarn. And I'm working on, I thought I was making socks, but I think I might have been making slippers. Whatever I was making, we'll finish it. Or I will frog it until I decide what I'm doing with it. Another pumpkin. We're going for a lime green pumpkin, I guess. That would have been good for Halloween. But I don't know. I didn't even leave any. We're frogging it. I'm frogging it. That's not the same yarn from a minute ago. And all I have is this. I think I was making a tank top with this. Again, I hope that yarn is somewhere to be found. See, there's the pocket for the bag. I made a pocket for inside with that yarn, so that has got to be somewhere. Granny square, and I don't even know if I have any of this yarn left because I made Lily a blanket and me a shawl with this. But I must have had enough left, so I thought, oh, let's make a granny square. More pieces to the bear. Oh, and then I was making a bigger bear because I don't think I liked the size of the head on that body. Oh, we'll decide what we're going to do. I'm going to leave him in here. And what were you going to be? Oh, that's pretty much done. It just needs the button. That's a mug warmer. So that's pretty much done. Okay. All right, we're gonna put the things I know I'm gonna probably not get to for a bit on the bottom. Really put the lid on right now, but there we are. That is all my projects to finish. So my mom called while I was winding the yarn and I just didn't record it, which do y'all really need to see? I've shown you a lot of that. And I had to hand crank it. So my mom was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm winding yarn. We're done. I've gone through all the baskets. I still have not found the rest of that purse or bag I was making, but I do think it's in with my scrap yarns that are just in a tote, or I didn't have room for a lot of them, so they're in a tote. So I know I will be finding that. But I'm ready to give you the total of the WIPs I have. Definitely more than I thought, and in my overconfidence of I never have that many WIPs. No. I have WIPs. It's less than I was scared I was going to have, but it's more than I originally thought I had. So, but I don't think they're insurmountable. We'll have to take a week and just see how many we can finish. That will be a fun video. But I'm ready to show you. This is all the yarn we caked up. It's crazy. It's like having a whole bunch of new yarn. I'm going to literally keep that in the basket because I have no room in my cubbies for that. And it has a nice little lid so I can pile things up on it. So that's all the yarn. I guess I could add them up. 15 balls of yarn. Skein or cakes. 15 cakes of yarn. Some are tiny, but some are not. So that's awesome. I can make some new things with that. WIPs. Are you ready for the total? Are you going to put your guesses in the comments down below? How many think? Maybe you were counting along while I was filming, so you know exactly. But if you weren't, what is your guess? I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about it. 34. 34 WIPs. So not too bad. I've certainly seen a lot more, but much more than I overconfidently thought I had. That is the only bucket of WIPs we have. I'm not going to count my granny square with the hearts blanket I'm making for my bed. I knew I had that, and that is something I know is going to be a long-term project. But this was the ones I wasn't even sure we had. So we all got them down to one tote. Can't quite get the lid on, but I will be able to. I have the one basket of things that are made, and I will be putting them, turning around, putting them in these totes. These totes are my market totes that I am filling up for markets. They will go in there and that basket will be gone. But these baskets were full of WIPs and they're now empty. So yay me. Okay, so apparently I'm not the person I thought I was. I am not the 1 or 2 WIPs at a time crocheter. But that's okay. Being creative and trying something new is the whole point and joy of crocheting. Getting excited about new yarns or new patterns. That's part of the joy that crochet brings to me. The goal is never going to be never having any WIPs. It's going to be intentional with the WIPs I have and being honest about what ones to finish and what ones to let go. And that's whether I frog them and use the yarn for another wonderful project or donate the item I made. So someone can get use out of it and it's not hidden in a tote or basket somewhere collecting dust. So yes, this week was a little humbling, but it was also kind of freeing. Whenever I am myself, I always feel so much better. And if admitting my confession to you all helps inspire just one of you to live who you honestly are and just enjoy this wonderful craft of crocheting we all love, then it was worth my confession and being humbled. So now I can move forward with a little more honesty and hopefully a lot less bins and baskets. So you have to tell me down in the comments, how many WIPs do you all currently have? I promise I won't judge. Thanks for coming along with me. Well, I shared my confession. It feels so good to have all these baskets and bins emptied. Now we can use them for the big move and I can get them out of here and I have more space to feel a little more creative. We'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.